Great. Yay! Welcome everybody to our Astro Clearing Circle in April. And of course, we're going to be talking about the eclipse energy tonight, but we're going to be talking about some other things too. Belen has a really beautiful piece that she's going to share around energy that's happening kind of in the third week of April. And we are excited to be here. So welcome everyone here live online, and welcome also to those of you who are on recording. I am Sasha Korper, and I am an energy practitioner. And one of the things that I really love doing in these circles, which are different, the Astro Clearing Circle is a little bit different than our new moon circles used to be. And that is that alongside Valen's beautiful astrology overview, we will also be doing some energy rebalancing this evening. And so there will be some an exercise, a little guided visualization that we'll do in a little while. And throughout that, we'll be doing some energy clearing and rebalancing. So for those of you that are here live online, I'm going to ask you to give your permission for me to do that energy work with you just by putting yes in the chat. And just know that if you don't put yes in the chat, then you will be automatically excluded and you won't be involved. And that's absolutely okay if that feels more comfortable and safe for you, no problem. If you're watching online, then by being involved and engaging yourself online, you're automatically allowing yourself to be included in the energy rebalancing. Okay. Valen, did you want to just share something this evening?
Yeah, I'll just introduce myself, Alan Ridgway, and I am an astrologer. And part of my passion about doing astrology is working with energy. So there's this beautiful combination that Sasha and I have come up with. And the other thing I wanted to share is this is we're beginning our fifth year. This is our 48th circle that we have done consecutively. So it's just kind of exciting. Feels monumental in some way.
It's monumental. It is. And that's appropriate for the energy that you're going to talk about this evening too, right, Bella?
Totally.
Um,
Absolutely.
yeah. And one of the things that I'll share also is that Belen and I do astro clearing together for individuals and groups. So astro clearing is really about looking at the energy from the astrological point of view. So Valen takes a look at what the energy is doing for you or for a group of individuals. And then we work together to help flow that energy through and get whatever blockages are there out of the way and help things open up for you. So if you have a project that you're working with or a relationship that's challenging or something like that, that's what we do. And so that can be also done in group online like we're going to do today. And we're excited about that. So take it away, Belen.
Okay. So this month, April, is maybe the biggest astrology of the year. There's a lot going on. I've pulled out some key pieces that have a theme that runs through it, which I feel is really important. It's perfect for Sasha to help balance that energy for us. And the two things are the solar eclipse on April 8th, which most of us, I'm sure, know about, and the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction, which may or may not be known, and that's okay. I'm going to tell you what the energy is. You don't have to worry about the astrology. So the theme in general that I kind of pulled out of these two big astrological things happening is all of us having the courage to be who we truly are. Simple to say, really hard to do, as we all know at times. And then there's another piece about opening and welcoming insights and awakenings so that we can chart our path for years to come. And I'll explain that as well. It's in the astrology. And because there's so much almost unpredictable astrology coming, it's almost like inviting and being open to how the energy flows through, and absolutely not trying to control it, because I think that piece is not possible. So we're leaping into the future, and we're doing it trying to be as present and aligned to who we truly are. That's sort of the synopsis of the astrology as I'm looking at it. So the first piece is a solar eclipse. Now, for any of you who know your charts, you can look at where Aries falls, what house Aries falls in. Um, and if you know your astrology really well, you can look at where 19 degrees falls in Aries, Capricorn, Cancer, and Libra. If you don't know any of that, doesn't matter. You can just go with the energy. So eclipses in general are often thought of as some quantum leap in our evolutionary journey, in our consciousness, in a place where something begins, something ends. And it's often thought to be active up until 6 months. So it's almost like there's something initiated that can unfold over the next 6 months. And because this particular eclipse is really unusual because it aligns the sun, the moon, and Chiron. Chiron, the wounded healer, are at the exact same place in the sky, and that's highly, highly unusual. And Chiron represents our healing journey. So this eclipse is inviting us to connect to our healing and to recognize the pieces that we have held on to and that actually now we can let go of. And once again, takes a lot of courage. Aries is about courage. And so it's a time of healing our self-understanding. Our sense of independence is very much Aries. Our awareness of who we are and our courage to be ourselves. That's what we're invited into. And the energy is encouraging that. And so there's this potential leap that we can step into this energy, that we can let go of stuff that we really don't want to carry forward into, the next 20 years. I'll explain why I say that. But there's this place that we're being invited to into this new starting. How do we live ourselves as authentically as possible from this point? So eclipses can be almost disruptive in a way, but my personal take is, if we invite the energy in and if we work with this energy, there's this beautiful opportunity to make use of it and expand ourselves. So I've put inspiring into being, because Aries, which is so huge in this eclipse, is all about being who we are. And there are Venus, North Node, Moon, Sun, Chiron, Eris, Mercury, all in Aries. This is huge astrological energy. Aries is the new beginning. It's the beginning of the zodiac sign. It's new. It's spring. It's leaping into something new. So there's this dynamic, energized energy that we're being offered at this time. And energies I put here, the Aries energy is about being courageous and enthusiastic and passionate and inspiring. So all of this is open to us without recognizing where we might be impatient or impulsive. Those things are true too. What I did is I took Venus, North Node, Moon, and I put all the planets in Aries, and I wrote a little sentence about the energies in the order that they are in the astrological chart of this eclipse. So the energy here is allowing us to step into what we desire for our own unique soul journey, our soul path, expressing our true self at a soul level, and healing and reclaiming our ability to stand in our own I am, being who we truly are, with courage. Aries gives us the courage to do this. And from that place, we get to chart our future, to live more consciously from that perspective. And that's the Mercury piece, which is going to allow us in our mind to work with these energies. So when I wrote out that sentence, I thought, that's such a powerful energetic signature that we can invite into our life now. And it's going to mean something different for absolutely everybody. It's our own path. And we are being called to be who we are, and we're being given the courage and the energy and the passion to do it right now. So it's just a lovely way to step into the future. This is that place. What am I going to start for myself from this place? And that aligns to, I can see the slide coming up there. So that was the eclipse energy. April 20th, also tied into this incredible astronomical month, astrological month. There are two planets coming together in the sky, Jupiter and Uranus. It's a 14-year cycle. It's coming together in Taurus this time. And Jupiter is the planet that expands everything. It's about truths and beliefs and growth and grace and luck, and it uplifts us, it supports us. It's this beautiful, expansive planet. Uranus is the planet of sudden awakenings, insights. It's electrical, it's flashes of brilliance, it's unexpected, it's breakthroughs. So you put these two together and you've got expanded breakthroughs. You've got growth through our insights. You can see how these planets come together. It's in Taurus, and Taurus says, okay, I want this to be grounded. I want this to be embodied. I want this to become stable. So there's a place where we are being invited to have whole new insights into ourselves. Uranus is about being our authentic self. Jupiter is about expanding that. So how can we be open to the insights that are going to be provided to us over the course of April? And because of the eclipse and because of this, I feel this, the power of us aligning to who we truly are. What does that mean? And inviting it in, even if it may feel slightly uncomfortable, it may be a little bit disruptive, it may be maybe even jarring in some ways, because we need to be, a little shakeup. That's always possible. And then the call is, well, how do we make it real in our life? How do we embody it? How do we feel it? Because there's no sense in just thinking about it if we can't bring it down and ground it and live it. There's something really potent about that. So we are being given the opportunity this month to gain new insights. They're guiding us to our future self, to live from that place. And to recognize that breakthroughs may feel disruptive, and the disruptiveness says, are you living your true self? If you find over the course of this month, something is shaking you up, examine what piece that is for you, because that's a place that you may need to shift your perspective, may need new insights in that. And taking all this exciting, uplifting new energy and grounding it. And part of that Uranus energy, it is very electrical, and it can be very, can jangle the nerves. So the grounding piece is also to keep that high voltage energy from frazzling your nervous system. So there's a place here about taking deep breaths, putting your feet on the ground, being really attentive to what makes you feel solid. That's going to be important just even for your nervous system over the course of this month. And Jupiter wants to blow everything up. So the other place to be attentive to is to watch where, oh my God, this is amazing, it feels so good, and or extending yourself or stepping into over optimism. There's a place here just to watch that I guess that comes back to grounding again. Stay grounded in what insights and awakenings are coming to you so that you don't overextend yourself. And in the best possible world, we expand our sense of authenticity and we embody it, and in that we can live it. So that's the piece that's so potent, and it aligns really beautiful with all that Aries energy that says step into who you are. This is the time to do it. Have the courage to do that. All this ties in really beautifully, and so there's a real invitation here to move forward with this energy that starts this month. And so the last slide I have for the astrology is, this is setting our course for the future. And there's a number of reasons for this, but one of them is, and any of you who've been sort of with us for a while or know the astrology, Pluto is going to Aquarius at the end of this year for 20 years. And Uranus, the planet we just talked about, is the modern ruler of Aquarius. And so there's a piece here where as we become our authentic self and as we recognize these new truths about this is who we are or this is who we want to be, we are setting our own path, unique path, who we are uniquely for the next 20 years and evolving. So it's almost as if, although we can't see the future, we can set our course now, this month. We can set our our inner GPS. We'll set our compass in a direction that aligns to who we truly are. So the Aries gives us the courage and the drive, the passion to embrace our own unique healing path. That's the eclipse with Chiron. And then there's the shifting perspective in the new directions that are aligning to what your soul is calling you to. And so there's a sense of aligning to that part for ourselves. Once again, even if we can't see what we're being called to, we feel into this is the direction I need to go. And as we do that, recognize where we can let go of things that actually aren't going to feed us on this path, aren't going to support us on this path, especially Aries eclipse, especially where we've given up part of ourselves for others. We need to be really attentive to that. And this is not in any way being selfish. This is, what do I need to do to support me? And in supporting me, what have I given up to make other people happy? A consciousness around that. And the place that I think that we can really step into this is as we embody it, as we feel this and feel the grace, that's our Jupiter, feel the grace that comes from being truly ourself. And just feel how solid that can feel when you can breathe that in, when you can know that on a deep level. And once again, this can be a place where we can set our intentions to move forward, literally for the next 20 years at this point. So there's something really, for me, really exciting about this month, really dynamic. There's a lot of energy. And the most important thing for me is, as we live this, is to be fully grounded and conscious of bringing that energy down through us, grounding it on the earth, bringing it home in that way. So that's the synopsis of a whole lot of astrology that's happening, but those are the pieces that pulled out that just felt really beautiful and important to kind of be conscious of as we move forward.
Love that. So I think what I'm going to do, actually, because we have a minute or two, I'm just going to pause the recording so that people who are live online can share anything that's coming up for them. So I'm going to do that now. Okay, so welcome back. Lovely discussion. And I just wanted to invite everybody to enjoy this image that Velen has shared. Now, you all disappeared off my screen. Velen, can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you.
Okay, that's good. I don't know where I've gotten. It's gotten so full screen that I can see nobody. Okay. But so, and can everybody see me? Like that?
Yep.
You can see me? Okay, great. So we're going to begin this evening by just finding a comfortable seat. So just connecting in with your sits bones and enjoying the feeling of sitting. And if you would prefer to kind of lounge or lean back a bit, that's fine. Lying down is not really going to work for this exercise. And the other thing is that if you want to be doing any note taking or any journaling, you might want to just grab a pen or pencil until we can kind of get sorted here, and then you'll have a chance to do just a tiny bit of journaling or a little bit of note taking about halfway through our exercise this evening. So we're going to start with some Eden energy medicine that we were practicing in our inner wisdom circle last night, which was really super effective. So we're going to start with some grounding. Those of you that are wearing glasses, you might want to take those off. We're just going to tap the cheekbones. So just eyes open or eyes closed, whichever you prefer, tapping the cheekbones. Not too hard, not too fiercely, just being gentle here. Tapping. And then we're going to go down and we're going to find the collarbone. So that's your the clavicle, the bony part that's just at the base of your neck. And you're going to go down about 2 finger widths right in the middle there on both sides. And you're going to find that little divot on either side, just below about 2 finger widths below your collarbone. You'll find a divot on each side, 2 divots. And those are your kidney points, kidney acupuncture points. So we're just going to massage those. And that's going to help us get grounded. And then our third grounding exercise that we're going to do this evening is we're going to do the hookup. So you're just going to take 1 or 2 fingers and place them in your belly button, not too fiercely, just gently. And then you're going to take 1 or 2 fingers and place it on your third eye, that place between the eyebrows. And you're going to press in slightly with both hands and then just lift up toward the sky. And while I do that, I like to lengthen the back of the neck, drop the tailbone toward my seat, wiggle my toes a little bit, and breathe in and out through your nose. And you can just stay here for a few moments. So, as you settle in, your eyes can be open or closed, and when you're ready to release your hookup, go ahead. You've got your hand up, Luba. Did you have a question? Okay. So I want you to bring your attention to your breath and just exhale fully and pause. Just notice the feeling of emptiness as you exhale fully. Then you're going to inhale again, exhale fully again. And again, you can be maintaining your hookup if you want, or you can let that go, whatever feels right for you. Again, this is about trusting how you're feeling. And then one last time, inhaling deeply. And as you exhale fully and completely, noticing that sense of emptiness, just say to yourself, I am okay in this moment. And then you're going to notice the breath as you inhale and exhale at your normal pace. And allow your inner energetic fibers to slowly and gently extend through your seat and your feet, just like tree roots. Reaching down, down, down to the very center of the earth. Maintaining the breath gently in and out. Feel the contact and connection that you have with Grandmother Earth. Take your time and be here now. You're going to continue to breathe deeply in and out through your nose, feeling that flow and that intimacy of the connection that your breath offers you and the earth. And know fully in your mind and in your heart and in your body that you are safe and secure in this moment. Now bring to mind something that is plaguing you in your life. It could be something small, something that irritated you just today, or it could be a bigger issue that you're grappling with right now. And consider this situation for yourself, just for a moment or two. And then ask yourself, when have I felt like this before? Just see what comes up for you. You may have an immediate realization, oh yeah, I know that feeling. Or there may be nothing there, and that's okay. The connection we're seeking here is with an old painful situation, an old wound of some kind, because that seems to be what's coming up for people right now. The origins of this pain story for you may go back to early childhood, or when you were a teen or a young adult. For whatever reason, it's shown up for you again in some other form, or maybe in a very similar form. Either way, it's resurfaced, maybe in a slightly different guise than it ever has before. So you're wanting to access at this time, you're wanting to access inspiration and serenity and joy, but instead what's happening is this old story of wounding is slowing you down. It feels maybe like an anchor on your ship, or a sandbag weighing down your hot air balloon, or a big rock you're carrying around with you in your bag. That'll probably depend on whether, what kind of element your main sign is that your sun is in. So if you're an earth person, that big rock feeling may be what you're feeling, but if you're an air person, you may feel like you're weighted down with a sandbag and you can't lift off. Either way, notice how this situation makes you feel. Just connect in with the emotions for you. Pay attention to what emotions are there for you right now. You might find yourself feeling overwhelmed. Maybe you feel anxious. I'm getting a hold on anxious, so we've got at least one person in the group feeling anxious, probably more. You might be feeling some dread or some despair. I'm getting a hold on some despair or some self-doubt. There may be some anger there or some grief or both. They often come together. Just notice. And when you're ready, write some words down in your journal or on your piece of paper or on your phone, whatever you prefer, about what feelings are most present for you. And while you do that, I'm just going to check in with the 40 common negative emotions. I have already, you've held already for anxiousness and anger, so I'm going to clear those trapped emotions. And I'm also going to check on the list of the other 40 to see if there are any more that are coming up. Things like panic or worry, taken for granted, is holding a little bit of betrayal, perhaps, just some conflict, feeling that like there's a lack of control. So there are a number of different feelings. Just noticing what's coming up for you, just jotting that down. And I'm getting that I can clear all of these at once. So we're going to clear and release, and you may want to join in here if you wish. You can just rub your hands together and just slowly smooth your hands over the top of your head, because of course we are electromagnetic beings. And so we're clearing and releasing the trapped emotions of anxiousness, despair, anger, grief, taken for granted, unsupported. Clearing and releasing all of these trapped emotions and whatever is left unsaid throughout all lifetimes, but in particular all the roots and origins in this lifetime. All of the aspects, all of the ways in which it manifests and shows up in this lifetime and across all lifetimes, all space and time, all dimension, all worlds, and throughout all aspects of ourself, body, mind, heart, and soul. Clearing and releasing those trapped emotions. And I want everybody to just sit and feel into those emotions that we named and whatever else that has been coming up for you. And I'm just going to check if you're holding for any of those, if they're still stuck. And they're not. We're nice and clear now. If anybody has anything they'd like to share or comment on, please feel free to. Yes, we've got some emotions coming up in the chat, including unnourished, unwanted, hopelessness, annoyance, rejection. Thanks for sharing all of those. Just feel free. Okay, we're just gonna make sure that we've got annoyance, unwanted, and rejection are all of the roots and origins of all of these emotions cleared and released. And just to be clear, we're not pushing these emotions away. We're allowing them to flow through. And so the clearing that I'm doing is not sweeping them off the table. That's not what we're doing. What we're doing is we're clearing any traps or blocks, any barriers, to allowing those emotions to flow through and out. And that's why the grounding is so important, because of course they're flowing through and out into the ground. If you like to flow your energy and your emotions up and out, please feel free to do that. I find it easier to flow through to the ground. Okay, so we're clearing longing. We're clearing a feeling of being trapped. Beautiful. Okay, so when you're ready, and if there are still emotions coming up, that's okay, and you can feel free to put them in the chat and we'll keep clearing them, keep flowing them through. I'm going to ask you to bring to mind an image of your younger self. This is the one who may have been plagued by these similar circumstances or feelings as you're having today. So bring that younger you into your mind's eye and invite her to come and sit with you a while. So this young one, could be a her, could be a him, is just sitting with you. And as you sit together, place your hand on your heart. Little soft rub, little gentle comforting. And simply connect with a feeling of compassion. And if you're struggling to connect with compassion, don't think about yourself. Think about somebody else, or an animal, or a tree, or your beloved garden, or whatever it is. Thinking about the earth, whatever it is that brings up a sense of compassion for you. Little puppies, little bunny rabbits, whatever it is. And in your own time, when you're ready, extend that compassion, even just a little bit, to your companion who's sitting with you, this younger you. Just extend that feeling of compassion to that being who's held these feelings of rejection or longing, these feelings of anxiety or anger, these feelings of being unwanted or trapped in some way. All of these sensations. Just compassion for that being who's held those feelings. And so you've been feeling these sensations, these feelings of anger, anxiousness, but what you want to be feeling is something else. And so holding these feelings with compassion and kindness allows space. There's less compression. Because what we're looking for is feelings of contentment, feelings of peace, what we talked about earlier, inspiration, serenity, and joy. And if there are other feelings that come up for you that you would like to be feeling, feelings that are aspirational emotions for you, just put them in the chat. And what we're going to do is we're going to do some more grounding. We're going to take our hand and we're going to just place it on the crown of the head, palm down. And then we're going to flip the hand so that the palm faces up toward the ceiling. So again, we keep the hand close to the crown of the head, the 7th chakra, and just flip. This is the hand flip. And this is what we're doing to make sure that our polarity, because we are electromagnetic beings and we are living on a planet that has a polarity, as Sue Meertens reminded us in our Eden Energy Medicine session in Inner Wisdom Circle last night. So we're just going to do this hand flip to make sure that our polarity is correct, that our north is up and our south is down. Because then we're going to create a powerful I am statement for ourselves. And if you'd like to add a little bit of grounding, go ahead and do that hookup again while I read you what it is that we're going to do. So you'll see now that we have a slide for you here, which is about creating your I am statement. And it's all about choosing. Now, what I want you to know is that it is possible that even if you choose abundance for yourself, that it may not feel safe for you to do so. So while you are creating your abundance I am statement for yourself, I am going to be rebalancing you to connect to the truth of your own personal statement. And that's true whether you're on the recording or whether you're live online with us this evening. So I'm going to encourage everybody to, you don't have to pick this for yourself now, obviously, because you're registered for the Astro Clearing Circle and it's free for you. You can go and take a look at the slides and review this again. But you can just jot this down for yourself. Your basic statement is going to be, I am choosing to, and then you're going to add an adverb. I'm choosing to easily, open to receive joy and enjoy, and then you're just going to add in your abundance statement. Now, your abundance statement might be just vibrant health, or your abundance statement might be financial prosperity, or it might be three of the ones that we've given you here for samples, or it might be something else altogether. It might be a deep and loving connection with my family. It might be much more significant recognition in my career. It might be in reference to your children, your grandchildren, your pets, um, your parents, your siblings, your neighbors, your community. It might be around a project that you have. Whatever it is that you are wanting to set a very clear I am statement intention for, you're going to create it using these words, and you can choose one or more effortlessly, deeply, consistently. I am choosing to easily and consistently open to receive and enjoy incredible success. I am choosing to fully open to receive and enjoy grace and ease and deep compassion in my world. So, whatever feels right for you. And as you do that, I'm going to clear everybody for the I am statement. I am perfectly safe to immediately open to receive and enjoy whatever abundance you are installing for yourself. And so before we close off tonight, and as I do the clearing, I just want to point out that we enjoyed, actually earlier in the presentation, these beautiful cards that Valen has created. It's a gorgeous deck of Celestial Wisdom Astrology cards. And she has a Kickstarter happening right now until the 12th of April to be able to print her cards. And so we'll send you, actually the link was already in your email, so you can find the link in your email. And we'll be sending out a reminder again, of course. And we just love, Velen and I have been loving using these cards so much in creating messages for the day. Velen creates messages for the day, and also in using them for today, actually. We use them every day, and in using them for this gathering. So that was kind of a bonus for us. And I mentioned, of course, the Inner Wisdom Circle. If you want more information about that, you're going to find that on our website. And so I'm going to pause our recording now so that we can have a little chat amongst the folks that are here live online this evening. And then we'll be back to you.